Hello, YouTube. How is your day going? What did you do today? We did errands. We watched a bit of the NHL All-Star game, and then we went to the movies, some dinner. Then I did this. For me, did anyone else watch the NHL All-Star stuff? I enjoyed the skills competition. I think it was yesterday. Really liked the Professional Women's Hockey League 3-on-3. I did not like that $12 million a year salary Connor McDavid won $1 million for winning a small skills competition that took like 3 hours of his time. That felt a little annoying, but I did really enjoy the skills competition part of the all-star game, the 3-on-3 for the men that we saw. I didn't really like it that much. It was kind of boring because they don't really try that hard, but I liked it. Did anyone else watch it, and did you like it? Lori is clerking, cleaning and lurking. I love that. That's so funny. I've never heard that before, clerking. It's nice to see you, Lori. Mr. Ranger Lab, I'm crocheting, drinking tea, and lurking. Woohoo! And Monica's here. Hey, Monica, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. I have not done a John Melton video in a long time, even though he's constantly posting really good reaction-worthy content. So I'm really excited for this one today. Increase your close ratio in 2024 with these scripts and strategies. Whenever I find actual, tangible, real business tips, I like to do videos on them because we know that in the MLM world, the majority of the training is motivational mumbo jumbo garbage that is not actually going to help anyone build their business. Well, I'm acknowledging that this training from John Melton is also not going to help them build their business. So, like, which one's worse? Is it, hey, just follow these tips, these actual tangible tips, and feel bad when they don't work? Or, hey, here's some motivational garbage? Because you're just gonna feel bad either way because neither of them actually work. So I'm not sure which one's worse. Hi, Amanda. How's it going? It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. If you haven't watched my other John Melton videos, John Melton is a famous MLM coach who is currently in the MLM company called Modere. Okay, I'm ready, and let's get started.
I still get rejected. I still get people that ghost me. I still get people that say, not for me, not interested, tried that before, not going to try again. This is called reality. This is called normal. You can call it whatever you want. But at the end of the day, if you're not enrolling customers, if you're not enrolling new teammates, your business is either growing or dying. I learned that very early on in my network marketing career. And the fact is, there are some things you can do and some things you can say to keep the conversation going. See, your goal.
There's a lot there already. So first he said, I get rejected too. It's normal for people to ghost you. And we know in MLM, top leaders like to make themselves seem really relatable because John Melton is an extremely famous coach. He is at the very top of his MLM company. He's been in it for the company, but the industry for like 20 years. And if even he gets rejected, then it's not reasonable for us to also get upset when we get rejected or wonder if we're in the wrong business because we're getting rejected left and right. Because John will say, well, I still get rejected and I don't get upset. So why are you getting so upset? And what do we think about him saying our business is either growing or dying? We are either recruiting customers and distributors or our business is dying. Why can't we just maintain the same level of business? Why can't we just maintain our rank? Why do we have to always be expanding? We are always expanding and building our rank because that's what's going to help our upline continue to make money and be a millionaire potentially if we continue growing our business. If I just stay at Diamond in Beachbody, that will help my upline maybe like maintain their 5-star diamond rank, but that's not going to help them get to 6-star. Hello, Neil. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. Oh, no worries, Demi. Thank you so much for joining. We're doing a John Melton MLM coaching video.
Write this down, is to fill your pipeline, to fill the funnel, if you will, with leads, with prospects. And then your goal is to keep the conversation going. Write this down. You are a professional conversation starter.
A million years ago, I did, sorry, my mouse is all weird. I did sales training, even though I've never been a salesperson. And in that training, they told us that we are decision collectors, right? We want to get a yes or a no. We do not want a maybe. And in this case, he's telling us we are a professional conversation starter, but we're not. If you think about it, we are professional recruiters because we are not getting paid. We're not getting compensated financially for simply starting a conversation. What do we think about that? I need to actually let him talk for longer than 5 seconds.
Your goal is to create marketing and to prospect. So you're doing both posting and prospecting, right? You're putting out content to attract people, to get.
Hello, Natasha. It's lovely to see you. I feel like it's been a while, and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. And isn't it so groundbreaking? He says we have to have a pipeline of prospects. But how are you defining a prospect, sir? Is a prospect anyone online who seems like they may or may not be interested? Or is it the Ray Higdon version of prospect where someone has shown some kind of interest? They are open to learning more about your opportunity.
People to like, love, engage, comment, respond to your messages, respond to your videos, your posts, etc., etc. And then you're also proactively messaging people. You never want to do just one or the other. Obviously, you could, but I would recommend doing both. But here's the deal. When you find people that are open, if you ask people, do you look at other ways to make money? Are you keeping your income options open? Are you currently monetizing your social media?
Oh, I can't stand this. So he's telling us prospect and market at the same time. Don't just post things on your Facebook and expect everyone to come. That's fine. Like, a very few people in MLMs can actually rely solely on attraction marketing. I should have let him finish, but he's saying engage with their posts, like their pictures, and then ask them, are you open to another way of making money? Are you looking to monetize your social media? It is just so deceiving to call MLM another way of making money offhandedly. You should say, are you open to recruiting hundreds of people into your downline so you may or may not, most likely not, make a reasonable income while I get rich off of your work? Yay! So nice. I'm so happy you caught alive.
Would you like another income stream? Do you like money? Could you use an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? How would you like to drop 5 to 10 pounds in 5 days? I'm doing this 5-day drop. Whatever.
Don't tell people they can drop 5 to 10 pounds in 5 days with the 5-day Modere drop. I don't know anything about it. I think Aaron Bees has done videos on that. That is not a healthy way to lose weight. Chances are, if you lose 5 to 10 pounds in 5 days, you are going to gain it back the moment you start to eat regular food again. Now, that's not good. Do you like money? Oh, majority of people are going to like money because we need money to live. We need it. Unfortunately, if we don't have money, we don't have a roof over our head, right? So he's asking questions in such a way that the vast majority of people are going to say yes, and then he's going to like manipulate their thoughts into get them to think that they are actually interested in Modere when they're not. Of course I like money. Of course I do. This guy again. Yeah, we haven't done him for a long time. I've been trying to stay away from his videos just because I feel like I could do like one John Melton video a week on my channel.
Your language is, whatever your conversation is, to get people to say yes, no, or maybe, whether they ask you or you ask them, should be a part of your daily repertoire. The bottom line is you creating those conversations through marketing or prospecting is just the first step. There's really 5 steps to growing an online business. Number 1, marketing and prospecting. Number 2, connection. Number 3, ATMing people, right? Exposing them to your opportunity, your offer, your product, whatever. Follow up and close, which is mostly what I'm going to talk about in this training. And number 5 is the duplication, right? Leadership development, creating independence, plugging people into your system so that they can learn how to do the other 4 steps. So they can.
One of his steps, ATM, is just add, tag, message. You add people, you tag them in a video or like a prospecting message, and then you message them. And then he said duplication. We've talked about that before. That just means, say, you are doing all of the leadership, quote unquote, behaviors. You're talking to people, you're following John Melton, your outlines requirements of you. And then duplication means you're recruiting people and you're teaching people in your downline to do those same behaviors. we've heard every MLM coach ever talk about duplication. Not Ray Higdon, Fraser Brooks talks about it constantly. They all talk about it constantly. Their strategies for success in MLM, it's the same thing, but I feel like they kind of tweak the language a little bit to make it seem like it's a unique approach. And it's not. It's not.
You can learn to market and prospect and generate leads and have conversations and ATM the ones that are open and then follow up and close. This is it. This is our system. This is how I built a multi-million-dollar business. It did take me 7 years to fire my boss and earn a six-figure income. It did take me 16 years to become a millionaire, but it was perfecting these strategies and these topics of conversation. And I'm handing this to you on a silver freaking platter. How many of you ever had someone on the fence? Yeah.
In a recent Danielle Ryan video, I asked her what it means when the business coaches she looks at say things like, I have a six-figure business, and if it means they actually make six figures a year, or is it six figures in revenue or six figures in profit? And she was saying, based off her understanding of the industry, which is a big understanding, that they mean total revenue over the course of their coaching business. So he said, I don't remember, it took him 7 years to get to a six-figure income. So, sir, do you mean 7 years to get to six figures a year, or 7 years for six figures in revenue, not profit? So those are very, very different things. And I feel like MLM coaches keep it extremely vague on purpose. So it's kind of left to our imagination, right? Because when I hear six figures, I assume six figures a year, but it's not. And then he said, like, 16 years to fire his boss. You don't fire your boss when you quit. You just quit. Like, that's all. I've quit jobs before, plenty of jobs, and I've never said I've fired my boss. I say I move on to another employment opportunity.
Added them to the groups, and you're like, what now? Well, first of all, you got to tell them, listen, once you accept my invite, I will tag you in a 13-minute video. That's how long our opportunity video is. That explains more about the company, the products, and how we make money. And we can help you get started if you see an opportunity for yourself. So let me know once you're in the group so I can tag you in that video. It's right there in the welcome post. There's some other great videos on the comp plan, more detailed videos on some other aspects of our business, but that's the most important one. That's just in my company. Some of you might have a 27-minute video. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, my goal is to see if they're open, get them in the group. Or actually, for us, we use two groups. We have a product group, we have an opportunity group. I don't want to overwhelm them, so I add them.
See if they're open, get them in the group. Do we know what Ray Higdon's approach is? It's very, very similar. He says, see if they're open, give them an out. See if they're open. Hey, I have a really cool business opportunity for you. I'd love to show you. Are you open to it? No worries if you're not. If not, no big deal, right? But his is, see if they're open, put them in a group. Do you see how all of their advice is exactly the same? But I love looking at this stuff. I love like discovering in quote unquote new to me coaches, because they all think they're unique. They all think they're so groundbreaking, but they're all exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Both groups, but I only tag them in the one opportunity group because that's what they're interested in. They're interested in making money. If they're only interested in product, I only add them to the product group and I tag them in the appropriate video. Capiche? If they say they're open to the opportunity, I say, great, add you to the groups. I'm gonna tag you in this video. It's 13 minutes. It explains more. I even have a 2-minute video that I send them to watch while I'm ATMing them, but I let them know you can't see anything until you approve the invite, and I can't tag you until you're in. Once they're in, the tag is done. And I say, listen, tomorrow, when I follow up with you, I can answer some questions. We can even hop on a call if you want. A lot of times I enroll people without a call, although some of my best people I enrolled after we had a call. Bottom line, when I follow up with them the next day, these are for business prospects mostly, I'm putting them in a chat, a Facebook Messenger chat with 3 to 4 other people, edifying and introducing these other people, these other leaders on the team, and introducing them to my prospects so they can share their story. I like to add people.
Okay. He was talking about how he add tags, messages them, and then he'll say, when I follow up with you, we can get on a call, you can answer my questions. So he is making like a clear next step for them. He's making it clear that he will follow up. I wonder if he also teaches to have a specific time, like our Amway friends have said. Who was that one? Was it Todd Falcone? Do you guys remember the one that was saying, like, at 6:27, I'll call you at 6:27 p.m. tomorrow? And then if you call them at 6:27 p.m. the next day and they still didn't watch the video or something, I'll call you at 6:28 p.m. Oh, it was Fraser and Simon Brooks. It was Fraser. Simon Brooks said you like to be extremely specific with your follow-up time. So you're not unique. This isn't unique, but I just wonder if he also teaches to have a specific follow-up time. And then he's going to say you add them to a group with other people who are already in the business. You edify this, like a Facebook message group. You edify them, meaning, hey, I'm trying to think of a name. Madison has been in the business for 5 years. She's at this rank. She makes 6 figures, but we don't actually know what that means. Could be 6 figures in total, could be 6 figures in revenue a year. You have so much to learn from Madison. I'm so excited for you to be in the group. And it's just a way to like further, in the eyes of the prospect, just legitimize the person that they're in the group with. And I think kind of make them feel like really excited and lucky that they're in a group with such a successful person. Fire boss reminds me of retiring your spouse or retiring from your 9 to 5. None are true. Yes. If you quit your 9 to 5 to work in your MLM full time, you didn't retire. You just quit your job. You just quit. The way MLMers are teaming up to, yes. Great point. Teaming up to coerce people into joining is so icky to me. Agreed. And listen to what he says after. Listen to what he says after. I don't like it.
That I think will be relatable to that person. Super effective. But then it's the next day, you set up the chat and they don't.
He just said he sets up people, prospects into groups with those he thinks are relatable. So what could that mean? That could mean, say I'm 23 and I just finished school and I'm worried about finding a good job after graduation. So I'm going to take this off. It's bothering me. Sorry. So you put the 23-year-old who is a brand new graduate in with a group of people who say they joined when they were 22 and they became a millionaire really quickly in the business. Look, Jessica started when she was 22 and in 5 years she became a Modere millionaire. Or say it's a single parent who's struggling to make enough money to provide for their family, right? You put them in a group with someone who was a single parent when they started, and apparently they're making a really great, wonderful income now in the business. I think it's really gross what he just said, how put them in a group with people who they could relate to. It's not because you want them to feel at ease and comfortable in the business if they join you. It's because you're trying to figure out what makes them vulnerable. You're putting them in a group with other people who we think have had the same vulnerabilities as them. So that prospect thinks that they relate to you, that they're going to be with people in the MLM who understands what they went through, who understands their challenges, and think that they'll be able to help them find success because they've had the same challenges. Like what Demi just said, I think that's very icky and unethical, in my opinion.
Respond. So there's a couple things you can do. Number one, give them a day or two. Maybe they just didn't see it. Maybe it got buried in their inbox. Maybe they've been busy. Maybe they were traveling. Maybe their kid was playing on the iPad and opened up the message and they didn't see it. Maybe. Don't make assumptions that people are uninterested. Don't assume they are, but you know what I'm saying? Like I would rather you assume they're interested than not interested. But we're also not here to beg and convince anybody. In fact, if someone says no or not now, some will, some won't, some wait. So what? Next.
Oh my God, he struggled to remember that whole quote. Some will, some won't, some wait. So what? Next. That is so bad because we're told reach out to people to join your MLM who you connect with, who you think are going to do amazing, who you want to work with, because we're so lucky that we get to choose our coworkers, right? So they make it seem like you really put deep thought into who you want to connect with. And then you see things like this where it's like, who cares if people wait or they don't want to, or some people will? Just forget about them. It doesn't even matter. I don't like that. What do you guys think? And I had a point that I wanted to say. What was he just talking about? Let me think. Oh my God, I don't remember. I had a point I wanted to say. This is what happens when I let it play for longer than 20 seconds. I forget my freaking point.
And people are always watching. They're like Santa Claus, always watching. The point is, not everybody's going to join after 1 or 2 conversations. To me, no is just the beginning. It's like, okay, we have a little challenge here. Let's see if they say no indefinitely. Let's see if they say no forever, because I'm never going to give up, especially if I like
Okay, sorry.
the person. If they're like kind of a jerk, the jerk store called, they said they're all out of you. That is not a person I'm going to beg, convince, pursue, follow up with, because they're a jerk. I don't want jerks on my team. You understand? But
Sir, you're kind of acting like a jerk with what you just said. If someone, oh yeah, so he said earlier, if someone's not answering you, give them a day or two, because maybe they missed the message, maybe their kid got into their messages and that's why they didn't see it. That's what I forgot to say. Sure, sometimes people don't see a message, but maybe someone did some research into Modere and they don't know how to just say no to you. They don't know how to put their foot down and stand up for themselves, so they're just trying to ignore you. What he just said there is really gross. If someone says no or they're ignoring you, instead of respecting their decision and saying, okay, that's fine, thanks anyway, I appreciate it, instead of that, you are taking it as a challenge. He's like, okay, I can do it. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up unless you're a jerk, because I called the jerk store and they're all out of you. Sir, that's jerky what you just said. You think it's a challenge for you to get someone into your MLM where you know, as one of the top people in your company, that they are going to fail and that they're not going to make any money. You know this, and you're seeing it as a challenge to get people into the business. Unless they're jerks. And what's your definition of jerk? Is your definition of jerk someone who just says no to you? Someone who blocks you because you're harassing them? Someone who did their research and doesn't want to join? I'm getting annoyed and my head hurts. Oh, okay. Yes. And we've heard this in every MLM, anti-MLM video anywhere, on any channel, but it's so frustrating to hear it. So frustrating to hear him say it's a challenge when people say no to him and he's never going to give up. But then, it's not our job to convince. It's not our job to drag people into the business, but it sounds like you think it is. It sounds like you are going to just shower them with follow-ups until they say yes to get you off their back. Exactly, Demi. Exactly. Huh.
If they don't respond to messages, there's a few things you can do. Write this down. Number one, you could send them a direct message. Hey, are you okay? I'm not sure if you saw that chat I set up and you didn't respond. Just want to make sure everything's all good. That's one thing you do. Number two, you could change the color or change the emoji in the Facebook Messenger chat. It brings it back to the top of their inbox. You could also send them a funny GIF, whatever you call it, right? How about you engage on their posts? Maybe they're posting in their stories, posting on their wall. You're engaging on their content. That might remind them like, yo, what's going on? I'm still here.
So someone doesn't respond to you, someone ghosts you. Instead of leaving them alone, right? Instead of leaving them alone, you say, hey, are you okay? You pretend that you give a shit about them. You pretend that you care if maybe they're sick or their kid's in the hospital, when you don't care. You don't, but you pretend to. They still don't answer. Change the color of their Facebook message or something, and then it will bring it to the top. Oh, go engage on their posts. Go like a picture. Send them a GIF. I'm noticing my connection's bad. I'm taking my camera off. Send them a GIF or GIF, whatever the fuck you call it. What if someone is struggling mentally? What if someone is lonely, right? What if they truly didn't see the message? What if they were busy and then they see you reaching out to them? They see you liking their pictures, and they think that they actually made a friend, right? How would you feel if you're struggling mentally, you're looking for friends, and then you realized after that person was engaging with your social media posts that they don't actually care and they're just trying to bring you into their business? Looking in the background, I will have my mom and sister in Facebook chat. That's awesome. Hi, mom and sister. Yeah, no worries. Just lurk. What am I trying to say? I very rarely comment unless it's something I just have to say. So yeah, no worries if you guys are doing other things.
Here, you could also say, hey, it appears that you're busy. Like maybe you sent a couple follow-ups, they're still not responding, right? You're still being ghosted. You can say, hey, it appears you're busy. All good. Me too. I get it. The timing might not be good for you. If you want, I can just cross you off my follow-up list for now. And guys, I really do have a follow-up list, right? This is my follow-up list. You can see I cross off names and I circle names. You might say, well, why are some of them highlighted? Those are the people that I think have the most potential that I connect with or have the most interest. But I either cross them off because they're a no, or I circle them because they're a yes. And also you'll see it says FU. That means follow-up. That means I followed up.
So you cross them off when they say no, but you said you never give up. So which one is it? And when you cross them off, does that mean you don't talk to them ever again? I highly freaking doubt it. Okay, and just like Ray Higdon, he's giving them a note. He's saying, maybe it's not the right timing. Maybe you're not feeling it. I can take you off my follow-up list. However, who said this? Was it Ray? It was Ray Higdon, I think, who said this, that he'll give them an out like that, but he doesn't actually remove them from the follow-up list, and they'll still get emails from Ray Higdon. So, and it's also used as a way to kind of like kickstart someone into, like, not kickstart, and strongly encourage someone into responding to the Facebook message, because say they're curious, say they want to learn more, but they were just actually truly busy. Oh, I'll just remove you from my follow-up list. And they're going to say, no, I actually want to know. Don't remove me. Little do they know, they're not actually going to get removed. They're going to continue to get harassed until they block the person.
Because I got to follow up. So the fortune's in the follow-up. If you would like to create your own follow-up book just like this, you can go to our resources page, mylifestyleacademy.com/resources. You can take this to Staples, make your own. I know some of you say, yeah, but I use Google Doc, or I use, this CRM. I use this new AI. Awesome. I think that's great too. But even if you have that, I still like to have a physical follow-up book. I like to write their name. I don't know. It helps me remember their name, how to spell it. I don't know. For me, I've always had a physical follow-up book. I have literally 20 years in follow-up books. So kind of cool, kind of crazy. I know
you're not unique and quirky because you write down the names of the people you're going to harass. You're not unique. Lots of people do that. Lots. And I was thinking of going to his page and downloading that thing, but I'm on my husband's computer and I don't want to download stuff onto his computer.
You know, some of you use like Project Broadcast. Maybe you build an email list, a funnel that way. Cool. Awesome.
And so he's saying, do whatever you want. You don't have to write stuff down. But if someone in his business is actually doing things their own way, maybe they don't cross people off, maybe they don't write FU for follow-up beside the names. What if they're truly using their own system? Would Mr. John Melton actually give them true freedom and leeway to run their follow-ups in the way they want? My guess would be no. What would your guess be?
Do whatever works for you. But remember, most people do not join after one or two conversations. Most people, it takes a couple weeks to get them enrolled, might even take a couple years in some cases, right? But I just know most people are not going to make a buying decision without about 7 to 10 touches, 7 to 12 touches, I think is the statistic. So what is a touch? That means you invite them onto a team call. Maybe you do a phone call. Maybe you get them on a Zoom. Maybe you put them in a chat. Maybe you send them this new video that came out. Are you talking about this? Like right now in our company, people can enroll for free. They don't have to pay the $50 enrollment fee. They just have to purchase some product in order to get that free, enrollment fee. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a good excuse to follow up with every single person on the fence.
That's not free. That's not free enrollment. They have to buy the products. You spend $750 on products, and you don't have to pay $50 to enroll. That's not free. It costs you $750. Oh my God, I keep forgetting what I'm wanting to say. What was he just? Oh yeah. So it takes 10 to 12 touches or exposures for people to join your business, I think. And that's just normalizing you spending all of your time reaching out to people, sending them links, inviting them to team calls, getting them on team calls, and them not joining you because it takes at least 10 exposures. And how long is it going to take to do those 10 exposures? He said it can take years. It's not going to take one conversation, but it can take years. So what if you have 10 exposures a year with someone for 3 years and they still don't join you? What happens to all of that time and effort that you put into those conversations? You do not get compensated for all that time it took you to plan your follow-ups, to actually follow up, to communicate with them in Facebook chat about the upcoming opportunity call. There's so much unpaid labor in MLMs, and he's just making it seem normal and average. In an average employment environment, because this is not small business ownership, this is employment. In an average employment environment, you are not doing this much unpaid labor. You are not.
Every customer, every business prospect you've ever spoke to. Like, hey, Sam, I know last time we spoke, you were a little busy, a little preoccupied, all good. Hope you had a good holiday. I wanted to let you know we've got this special, boom, fill in the blank, whatever that thing is. And by the way, I enroll a lot of people without ever doing a call. But guess who sticks? Guess who I have better retention with? That's right, the people I get on a phone call with. Here's another couple questions. Write these down. What would you like the next step to be? Like if someone's just like not making a decision.
What if we don't have a special? What if our company doesn't have a special? Do we make one up? Do we remarket something that's always exists for our company, make it seem like it's a special?
They're kind of dragging their feet. What would you like the next step to be? What did you like best? That's a good question to ask. Did you see an opportunity for yourself? When did you want to get started? Now or tomorrow? When people say, what does it cost to get started? Which products were you most excited about? I don't even know. I get it. How much do you have to invest to get started? Oh, I don't know if I have a lot of it. Well, here's the deal. There's a good, better, best option.
Don't talk to me about my finances, random ass man on the internet. How much do you have to invest? I have $0 to invest in an MLM company. I am relatively financially well off, but I would spend $0 to join your dumbass downline in Modere, sir. And I don't like the questions he's asking. Like, oh, what did you like about it? You're assuming that someone liked something about the prospect video or the opportunity call. What products are you most excited about? You're assuming that these bullshit MLM products are actually going to help this person. Not every person on the planet needs to ingest MLM products to feel more energy, to get better sleep, to be more engaged in their day-to-day life. It's not necessary. Nobody needs MLM products because there are other products, similar products elsewhere of the same quality, but for cheaper.
My advice is to get the best, but you could get the good. There's good, better, best. $250, $450, $750. $750,
He's talking about the product packs.
you just get $300 more in product. You get $200 in credits that you can use over the next 4 months. You get more points towards rank advancing. Plus, you have more products to try and experience because you don't know what you're going to love without trying them. And nobody's going to buy something and you haven't bought. Nobody's going to purchase a product that you haven't tried. Would you agree with this? Plus, if
you get the $750 starter kit, does that mean that, like, do you rank up? Because he said you get more points towards ranking up. There's a video I did a million years ago on this channel. It was not a live stream. It was Eric Worre. Yeah, I'm so creative with titles. It's literally only let people purchase the most expensive starter pack. People purchase the most expensive starter pack. I can't type. Pack with Eric. I have some spelling mistakes, but if you put that in, you can go look at it. And they make it seem like if you purchase the highest price starter pack, it's going to only benefit you because it means that you've invested more into your business. You have more skin in the game, so you are more likely to be willing to sacrifice, be fully engaged, and do what you need to do to find success. And you also have benefit because not only are you taking it more seriously than if you only invested $200, but you have access to more products. So you can be a product of the product and really showcase the value, showcase the transformation you went through. And that will make it more likely that other people will also want to purchase the products and join with you. But in reality, it doesn't really matter what product pack you purchase. If you purchase $750 one, it is not more likely for you to be able to recruit more people who actually stay in your Modere downline. The only benefit is to John, because John gets income when people join the MLM, right? Like that's how it works. So the only person who benefits is John. It's not benefiting me to drop $750 as opposed to $300 and whatever dollars for the smallest amount. I want to know Modere starter packs. I want to know what's in the Modere starter packs, but it's probably going to be hard for me to find. I'm going to look for a second if that's okay. We'll see if we can find it. If not, we'll stop. I would like to know what's in the packs. Maybe I'll just type it here, starter packs. No, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter which one you buy. If you spend $750, you're not going to magically make more money. That's the point. He is such a smooth talker. I know, he is. I don't like it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't mind John Melton. I think he's smart. I think like he actually can provide high quality, valuable content. But then you realize in the industry that he's in, doesn't matter if you spend hours and days planning your training, the people in your company in this industry, even if they follow everything to a T, they're still not going to make any money. And then I'll say, oh, I don't mind John Melton. And then he'll say not very nice things like he's going to say later in this video. I have a love-hate relationship for sure.
If you do build a team, they're going to do what you do and not what you say. This is what I say. And I try to figure out, what's your goal? Write that question down. How do you know what they're excited about if you don't ask them? One person might be excited to make extra money. The other person wants to just lose 5 pounds. The other person wants to make $1 million. There's a different topic of conversation. One person has no experience. One person has lots of experience. One person's a complete stranger. So you got to build a better rapport with them. You're going to get rejected a lot more with cold market than warm market. But guess what? 99% of the people in my business today, I didn't know them when I got started 8 years ago. You can make.
So now we have to ask them what their goals are, because some people want to make $500. Some people want to lose some weight, right? And so we need to know their why. We need to know what is encouraging them to join the MLM. So later we can use that to manipulate them to keep them in the system for longer. We don't actually care about helping them towards their goals. We care about keeping them in our downline. And he said you're more likely to be rejected by your cold market versus your warm market. That just means people who don't know you, they're more likely to reject you. But it seems like his version of cold market may be someone who you've never connected with once on social media. Maybe they've never liked one of your posts. And warm market could be someone likes a post and then they chat with you once or twice in the DMs, and then that automatically counts as a warm market. I don't know. I'm trying to think. If I was in an MLM with the 11 people who are in my chat right now, like I've talked to all of you guys through my YouTube chat, like through my chat in my live stream, said hi to all of you before. I know you through the internet. But in my mind, I would not count like truly just internet acquaintances, internet YouTube viewers as my warm market. Like my warm market's like my spouse and my coworkers and my parents, like the people who I actually see in real life and who I talk to on a semi-regular basis. But I feel like in an MLM context, they'd be like, oh, the 10 people on right now, those are prospects. You have to pitch to the 10 people who are watching you. And just because there's 10 people here does not mean that I want to pitch an MLM to these people. Even if it wasn't an anti-MLM channel, like I just because there are people here doesn't mean I should be pitching to them. Does that make any sense?
Some new friends. Hello, social media. You should probably socialize. What would you love to earn?
But we're not making new friends. They're not genuine interactions, sir. They're not friends.
What would you love to accomplish? Write this down. Have you done something like this before? What was your experience? Get them talking. Find out what they want to accomplish. Find out what they're capable of. Some people don't want to talk to friends and family. Some people don't want to sell product. They want to recruit. Some people don't want to recruit. They just want to sell product. I have to find out what do they want. And in the beginning, path of least resistance. I'm just telling you, most people are going to be overwhelmed in all these groups and all these products and all these things. And I'm overwhelmed. And overwhelmed people do nothing. Confused people do nothing. So remember, you're the coach. You're the mentor.
Path of least resistance. So they say, oh, I don't want to talk to friends and family and I just want to sell. Okay, that's fine. John will say, you do what you want. It's your business. You get them through the door. And then once you're in, they're going to be at all of the team calls, all of the opportunity calls, and they're going to learn the only way for you to make any money is to recruit and sell products and talk to your friends and family. So that's real sketchy. You say path of least resistance. Then once they're in, you do a bait and switch on them. I don't like that.
You're coaching people before you even close them. You're coaching people, training people before you even have them join the team. Do you get this? Did you want to make a lot or a little? I really like that question, by the way. Did you want to make a lot or do you want to make a little? What do you think most people say? I want to make a lot. Cool. It's going to take more of a commitment. If you want to make more, you have to commit more. And some people will say, I just want to make a little. I do get people say, I just want to make an extra $500. Awesome. I can show you how to do that without recruiting, but I would recommend building a team at some point because then you can create leverage for yourself, but totally up to you. It's your call.
Oh, I can help you make $500 without recruiting, but at some point you're going to need to recruit. So is it really up to us, sir? If we want to make reasonable money, can we do it without recruitment? Are you actually going to teach us how to build a real business with customer sales? And it's so interesting. In previous videos we've seen with him and Eric Worre, he's talked about how amazing and unique Modere is because you can make a big income without having a downline. And now he's like, oh, if you want to make more than $500 a month, you need to have a downline. That's just interesting how he's changing his narrative here. What was my other point? I had another point. I don't remember what my other point was. I'm sorry.
It's your business. I'm going to help you. I'm going to support you, but it's your business. You get to decide.
Okay. Oh, I could easily help you make $500. But how many people in an MLM in Modere make $500 in profit consistently month after month? Because say if it was actually a part-time gig, say you were working 20 hours a week, right? I don't know what minimum wage is. You're working a reasonable amount of time at minimum wage and you're making $500 a week. And say you are working through school, like during school, you're working 10 hours a week, whatever. That's good. Like truly part-time work and making $500 of profit after tax. It's not truly 500, but that's your paycheck every single month. That's great. That's wonderful. Great. What I'm saying doesn't make sense because you would make more than 500 in a month. Maybe that's my point. You could work 10 hours a week and you're going to make more than $500 in a month. You are. So why would I work countless hours in an MLM and not even bring home $500 in profit? Then I could work truly part-time hours and actually get compensated for my time and my effort, and I make more. Okay.
Whether you want to use TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, warm market, cold market, lead with product, lead with business, you want to focus on prospecting, attraction marketing, creating curiosity. I'll tell you what the best people are doing. You can choose to build or launch your business however you see fit. I'm going to support you either way. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not your boss. I'm your mentor. I'm your partner, but it is your business. Let me ask you this. What is your close ratio? Because here's the deal. I know a lot of you are like, I don't know my close ratio. Do you see how that's a problem? Do you see how it's a problem that you don't follow up with people? You think people are going to follow up with you?
Why are you being so rude? Because someone doesn't know their close ratio, that means they're not following up. Those are two different questions. Do you follow up? Yes or no? What's your close ratio? Those are different because to know their close ratio, they actually have to keep track. So why are we automatically assuming that they're not doing what you're telling them to do? That's rude. I don't like that.
If you signed up someone that followed up with you, you got lucky. That is not how it typically works. People want to make more money. They want to enhance their health. They want to enhance their life. They want to grow their business and grow their bank account. They want a massive bank account, an MBA. They want financial freedom, time freedom. They want to fire their boss. They want to wake up when they're done sleeping, travel the world, and have an online business that pays residual income so they make money even in their sleep. I've never met anybody that says, no, I would hate that.
Wake up when you're done sleeping. So if you're in an MLM and say you have the amazing time freedom that John and Nadia Melton have, okay, well, do you not have kids to get up and get to school? Do you not have to like go to doctor's appointments or take your kids to soccer in the mornings on Saturday? Like just because you're in an MLM and you're rich doesn't mean you never have to set an alarm again. And having a massive bank account, an MBA. So he's kind of like changing the meaning of MBA instead of Masters in Business Administration. That yes, it costs a lot of money. Yes, you have to put so much time and effort into completing an MBA, but at least after you complete the MBA, there is inherent value to have that kind of degree on your resume. You learn specific skills, specific character traits that will most likely help you in the job market. But in the MLM world and John Melton's world, you change the meaning of it and you say massive bank account. So if you just follow exactly what he's saying, you're going to have time freedom, financial freedom, wake up when you want to wake up, fire your boss, and have a massive bank account. No, you're not. And John Melton, sir, you know that. You know that the people in your downline are not going to actually have those things happen to them. You know that, and yet you're still selling this dream to people.
But they're skeptical. They're nervous. They're worried that they're going to get their hopes up and it won't work. There's lots of fears, doubts, concerns. This is called normal. Your job is to find the people that are open to listening, then they're open to learning, they're open to getting started, they're willing to take a chance on themselves. But people follow strength, not weakness. It's weak not to follow up with people. It's a weak excuse.
He said something a while ago that I should have said. People who are overwhelmed or confused don't do anything. I don't think that's true. This was a while ago he said that. I often do very good work when I'm overwhelmed or confused because I do research. I try to find the answers to my questions. If I can't figure it out, then I reach out for help. And if that person's not the right one, the right person to help me, I'll say, okay, who do you think can help me? And then they'll send me to another person and so on and so on. When you are confused, at least for me, when I'm confused, I just like use my problem solving skills and I try my best to figure it out. Apparently, it's a weakness not to follow up, but in the MLM context, following up equals harassment, equals never giving up, and like just poking and poking and poking at people until they just say yes to get you to stop.
Excuse to say, well, I don't really know what to say, or I forget. Like, how do you forget to follow up with people? Like, you could build the business of your dreams. You could build a freaking empire. You could build a business that pays you long after you're on planet Earth. Do you realize it's a willable, sellable asset? And you're not telling people because you don't know what to say, because you're embarrassed and you're new? Pathetic. Stop focusing on the quitters and the no's and the maybes.
Sir, I thought you were a mentor. I thought you were a teacher. Why are you calling someone pathetic because they don't know what to say? If someone doesn't know what to say, it's your fault as the mentor, as the leader, because you're not doing your job. And just because you don't understand how people wouldn't know what to, like, you don't understand how someone wouldn't know what to say, doesn't mean it's invalid. Because in MLM, it's always assumed that everyone reacts in the exact same way, everyone has the same personality and the same character traits, and that's not the case. Some people are not as good socially, some people are not good talking to people that they've never talked to before. Some people may be having ethical or moral challenges and wondering if they're in the right environment, if they should be doing what they're doing. It's not pathetic. Everyone's different. Be quiet, please. It's not pathetic. You don't need to be so rude. Also, it's a willable, sellable business. Like, you can make money long after you're gone off planet Earth. Well, it's only worth having a willable, sellable business to like give to your kids if you actually build a downline and you actually make money. You know, the vast majority of people in your downline are not going to have a business that's worthy of being willable to their children. So deceitful.
Just get another 20 people ATM. Where do I find them? What do you mean, where do you find them? In your cell phone, in your neighborhood, on your friends list, your follower list, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Pinterest? I mean, what are you talking about? Where do I find them? In Facebook groups? You don't know anybody that's open to making money or open to your products? You're not talking to people, or you're scared, and scared money don't make money.
Or you're scared money don't make money. What do you mean you don't know where to find them? What about your contacts? What about your like YouTube friends? What about your teacher, your kids' teachers? What about your grandma? Because everyone's seen as a dollar sign. It doesn't matter if you know they're not going to like the products. It doesn't matter if you know that you bringing up this MLM business opportunity is going to hurt your relationship. Just ATM, add tag message 20 more people. Just add tag message 20 more. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if you think you could actually work well with them. If you actually want them in your downline, just find 20 more people. Go into random Facebook groups if you have to. Right? Like, he just was super reasonable and trying to give us good advice. Then he's calling us pathetic.
Right? How bad do you want it? Because everywhere you go, there you are. You're just not tracking your numbers. You're not having new conversations. You're not launching new teams. You're not using some of this language I'm giving you. And by the way, it doesn't matter if you're...
How do you know what I'm doing? Why are you assuming I don't want it enough? Emily Gibson, MLM coach, has said that before on her videos. How bad do you want it? right? And so someone comes to him, hey, John, I'm not making any money. No one's joining me. Well, how bad do you want it? You're just not following up. You're not keeping track of your follow ups. You're not using the language. You're not following the systems.
Selling lotions, potions, pills, water filters, skincare, hair care, cleaning products, knives, bowls, beads, pots, pans, jewelry service, legal service, travel service, insurance, Forex trading. It doesn't matter. It's all the same stuff. You're looking for people that are looking for you. You're looking for people that are open, that have a good attitude, that are positive people. And if they're cool and you'd like to work with them, never give up on them.
If they're cool and you want to work with them, never give up. Even if they say no, even if they don't want to work with you, just never give up. Don't respect their freaking boundaries. So, what did we learn? We learned in our business we have to prospect and market. We have to ATM. Oh my God, he had a bunch of others. We have to duplicate, which means we have to recruit and sell. And then we have to teach our recruits to also recruit and sell, because that's where we get our leverage. That's how we make our money, if our recruits also recruit and sell. We learn that we're pathetic if we aren't able to easily communicate with random people on the internet. We've learned that we are not actually properly working our business if we don't know who to talk to. We learned that we're not following the systems and properly following up if we're not finding success in our MLM business. It's all our fault, even though we could be doing exactly what Mr. John Melton tells us to do, and we're still not making any money. Why is that? It's because this freaking industry is designed for the vast majority of people to not make money, so people like John Melton at the top make all their money. I want to go to his site because I don't know if I've ever gone to his site before on my channel. I was not planning on this, but I'm frustrated and I want to look at it quickly. I don't think I've ever looked at John's website before, but we're going to do that. John, I'm not super happy with you, sir. John, oh, I'll show you. Okay. I'm trying to, maybe I'm zoomed in because you can't see it. So can you guys see that? John and Nadia, AI assistant, typically responds in 5 seconds. Hey there, quick before we continue, mind if I ask you a few questions to make sure we've got what you're looking for? No, you cannot. I just said no and nothing happened. Okay, so this is John's website. Create a profitable business. Have I looked at this? I don't think I have, because it's not a very good website. Let me zoom in more. Discover social media prospecting, insider secrets, and peek behind the curtain at the exact scripts we've used to recruit thousands. Sure, but how many of those thousands are still in the company today and are actually making a reasonable amount of money? So they have a podcast, Home Business, Social Media, and a Personal Branding podcast. You can sign up for their newsletter. You can join the VIP Text Club, get our latest weekly updates straight to your phone when we go live, release new podcast episodes, or have cool deals to share. Helping you create a life you don't need a vacation from. Wow. Testimonials from our listeners. According to Jamie T, I have been so impressed with these trainings and have always received valuable information that is relatable and helpful in my business. I so appreciate the information that you guys are sharing. Thanks so much. How is it helpful in your business to be called pathetic when you don't know how to follow up with people? Newest training episodes, strategic outsourcing, how to hire and build the best virtual team. Sure, John and Nadia, but how are we supposed to hire a virtual team if we're not making any money? Maybe we should listen to that next, because that's an interesting topic for sure. Of course, mindset shifts, because we all have issues with our mindset. We just learned about prospecting. I'm sure he has multiple videos like this, but we've reacted to the mistakes that every MLMer makes. Of course, Ray and Jessica Higdon are giving him testimonials. I don't know who Troy Landwehr is. Todd Falcone, Bob Heilig. I don't know who Tara Wilson is. Do you guys know? Julie Burke. Maybe we can do videos on these people. We've done Tom Shallon before. We've done one of my first ever streams was on Tanya Eliza. So this is a pretty shitty website. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. You're not really telling us much about what this is, like what you're actually going to do to help us build our business. Go away. Why are you here? Why are you here? I don't want to talk to you, sir. Go away. Bye. Okay. From working 80 plus hours a week each, driving all over the East Coast, and never having time for our kids or each other, to becoming top 100 income earners in the profession, making it to every baseball game, taking 12 vacations / bizcations every year, and teaching others how to do the same. What's a bizcation, sir? And of course, it's like the normal rags to riches story. Like they both worked 2 full-time jobs when they had kids. They never got to see their kids, never did anything fun. They were so miserable. And then they found this amazing industry and now they are actually fulfilled and happy. See, I want to know this, but I don't want to download it. Maybe I could download it on my computer and then I could like email it to myself or something, and then I'm not downloading it onto my husband's computer. Yeah, why is a bizcation, whatever that means, why is that a good thing? That's not a good thing. Like, when I go on vacation, when I am spending time with my parents or I'm going somewhere with my spouse, I'm not working. I rarely work outside of work hours. Rarely. I haven't done it in like a year. Over a year. January 2023 was the last time that I worked overtime. So you're not actually telling us anything here. Income opportunities. Click here to apply for a spot to work with us. Our most asked about supplement. This hashtag Botox in a bottle is a famous liquid collagen that won the most effective anti-aging and joint health product of the year. Where did it win that? Where are you getting this from? Want to drop a few pounds? Consider adding our award-winning hashtag Belly Blaster weight loss supplement called Trim. If you've seen the viral spoons, you already know. Oh my God, hook me up. No, thank you. So apparently they also have a Destin? Destin? Is that okay? Destin is a place in Florida. It's not supposed to be destination. So they have multiple vacation homes that we can also stay in. And my question is, did they get to the level of financial success that they're able to have multiple vacation homes from building their MLM downline or from MLM coaching? My guess would be the MLM coaching. Like, look, they have 1, 2, 3. They have 3. They have 3 vacation homes. This is not a good website because you're not actually telling me anything. You're not actually telling me anything. Okay, I guess that's it. Did I already click on about? Yeah, I did. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Okay, you only need 3 things to crush it on social media. Key ingredient number 1, building a personal brand. Key ingredient number 2, creating curiosity. Key ingredient number 3, having a system. Wow, it's not like every MLM coach everywhere says the exact same things. Okay, they just said top 100 and now they're saying top 50. Which one is it? And what do you like, what's your source? What's your source? Like, provide a link. I'm going to read this. I want to read this. Sean and Nadia Melton are top 50 earners in the entire profession. And are you just basing it off of your MLM downline earnings or your MLM coaching earnings as well? Like, how are you differentiating? top 3 in their company, members of the Network Marketing Hall of Fame, and 2 of the most renowned social media trainers in the network marketing space. What about Eric Worre? What about Ray Higdon? After spending 10 years building their business using traditional methods, John and Nadia Melton realized that the cost they had to pay was too high and it was taking a toll on their family. This led them to explore and develop various online marketing strategies until they found the formula that worked for them and their team. Over the past 5 years, their organization has brought in over $300 million in sales and over 780,000 new customers, all without home parties, meeting presentations, and three-way calls. Okay, that's your whole team, though. 300 million, that's not just you. That could be tens of thousands of people underneath you bringing that in. John and Meltia have learned from and coached some of the most important names in the industry. Like who? Like who? Who have you coached? Today, they travel the world. Sorry, my nose is running. Spend valuable time with their family and teach entrepreneurs of all types how to build a profitable business on social media, and their thousands of students are a testament to the level of success you can achieve when you use simple and duplicatable online strategies. What do you mean about their team and their team? Do you think which part of that do you mean? Like, do you mean this part? Like, do you think they're meaning that they made 500, 300 million in sales? And yeah, Demi, good point. Not actually telling us what kind of services they provide for us, what kind of value they can bring us is probably deliberate. It is probably to drum up curiosity. So we message him and say, hey, what can you actually do for me? And then like he can get you onto a high pressure sales call. I'm going to turn my camera off because my nose is running. My nose always runs when I'm in here. When I'm trying to do a stream, my nose runs. What curiosity with YouTube and the anti-MLM YouTube community, there's no curiosity because they're all exposed. Yeah, and we know a lot more. Your average person knows a lot more about these kinds of coaches for sure. What was work with us? Did we already click work with us? Okay, we're not going to do that. I think I am finished. Ooh. Oh, okay. It said something about a strategy that worked for them and their team. Yeah, because they always talk, not John specifically, but MLM people always talk about how successful they are, how much money they're able to make. But great question. Like, what about your team? Do you have any people on your team who make 6 figures in profit a year? How many people in profit make enough to be able to feed their kids, make an actual reasonable side income? By that, I mean like $30,000 a year. Maybe 30 is high because that's like minimum wage. $10,000 a year, $5,000 a year in actual profit while actually working part-time hours. Probably not many are even making $5,000 a year in actual profit working part-time. If they're lucky enough to be making $5,000 a year in profit, they're probably working in every spare moment that they have to just maintain that level of income that they're able to bring in. Yeah, they blame them. Remember, it's all our fault if we fail. Exactly. So that's all I have for today. I really enjoyed this. This was fun to listen to some actual tangible business building tips from an MLM coach. I've not done a John Melton video in a while, so I really enjoyed this. Thank you to everyone who hung out with me today. This was awesome. You're welcome, Lori. It's so nice to have you here. I don't know when I'm going to go live again. It might not be for a few days, but if you guys are free, I'd love to see you there. If not, no worries. I'll schedule something when I know my schedule. I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.